Hey guys, how's it going? It's Justin here from Simplified Investing. We are putting together our another weekly trade watch list. I hope you guys find these very valuable, as there are things that we are watching and things that we do look to when we are making plays during the week. As always, if you could like and subscribe to our channel, it would be greatly appreciated. We will continue posting this content for you guys, and if you guys have any recommendations for content to post, please drop that in the comments below and we'll take that into consideration into making our next post. So, getting into the market and coming back from last week's trade watch list, we said right here we were likely looking for a correction here, which we got this correction, and we are looking to make a higher high. Look at this perfect higher high made here on 5-1, and we mentioned that we have to make a higher high from this correction over here from 421. You can see that we make this higher high. Now we're trying to push to new highs here. A new high would be around this 295 area. You see we can make a low or a higher high here, higher high, and we're just pushing up and making these new highs as we have this ascending channel that we're pushing up towards. So we saw that on Friday, we had this very strong close here and closing into after market hours, and again this 295 level is going to be key to see if we can make a higher high on the 1 year 1 day here. You can see that we're obviously there's quite a few lines here, but you're seeing the general trend here between this higher high here, looking for a push up towards this 304 level with a correction back to this 296, 295 level and confirming that higher high, or we're going to start making lower lows and trend back down towards this 271 to 282 level. Again, this is something to keep an eye on. A higher high, especially on the longer term time frame, gives you a good indication of the trend of the underlying, which in this case it's going to be SPY, the market index. So it's going to give you a great indicator that SPY is making higher highs and we are in an uptrend in the market, which is typically followed by obviously stocks in the underlying or in the market being in an uptrend as well. So this is something you have to analyze too before you start analyzing your individual positions or individual equities before you look into making a position. So starting off after this, obviously with this market analysis, we break down 3 stocks. The first one that I was looking at was going to be Zoom. So Zoom, I don't know if you guys know, was we played calls here on Friday on this push up to this 160.81 resistance here. The Friday call play alerted right here on this reversal. We can go to the 5-day 5-minute. Right off of this bottom here, this play actually ended up hitting over 100% after we closed out. You get this reversal confirmation. Again, if you guys have checked out our Instagram or our recent Instagram post and looked at the reversal candlestick pattern formation, hanging man right here on this 160.84 resistance, and look at that sell-off here. We actually did alert puts right here, and these ended up running for over 100% as well. Down here, it actually ended up running on upwards of 300% after we closed out. So really what I was seeing here was a lot of relative strength on Zoom on Friday compared to the market. And basically what I'm seeing here, so you can see this top right here at 160, right here, top right here at 160, became a base support here before we gap down towards this 136.83 level. And by the way, not to mention, this was mentioned and called out on our weekly trade or watch list last week, how we were really watching Zoom to hold this 136.83 level. Look at that huge $20 move, and actually these option calls right here from this bottom that we called out last week were up well over 1,000% on this move up just from this week alone. So again, we got this triple top formation here and confirmation of a rejection so far on this 160.56 resistance level. I will be watching this come Monday to see if we get another downtrend back towards this 135 area, or if this is just a slight correction here and we break through here and we can push back towards this 166 and ultimately highs at 181.5. However, this 160 level right here is going to be very, very key for Zoom to break, or else we're going to confirm this triple top here, which is a bearish setup or a downside incoming for Zoom. And again, likely range play in between this 135 and 160 area until we get a breakthrough of either side, with the strongest base support here at 120. Again, guys, this is something to keep a really big eye on. This will tell a lot about Zoom's trend. You can see this relative weakness here directly at that price point, so you can get rid of this alert right here. This is that price point that I said we had a triple top on Zoom at, and this is actually what I was looking at in the longer time frame before alerting puts on Friday. You can see this perfect rejection here. Look at this relative weakness, and we get this slower sell-off. Never confirmed to make higher highs here. Big consolidation pattern, and then we finally sell off and end the day getting rejected here at 156.31. Again, keep a close eye on Zoom. This will be a potential play for us on Monday and throughout the week. And the longer term time frame will tell you a lot about the trend of Zoom in particular, as well as the market. So now the next one that I wanted to break down was going to be Disney. Disney is 1-2. That looked really good on the longer time frame. So we can go the 1 year, 1 day here. Zoom out here. So basically, the same pattern set up here with Zoom as the market. You can see this higher high, higher high, higher high here with this correction, and we get a really big consolidation set up here post earnings report, which typically indicates a bigger move coming, whether it's to the upside or the downside, you don't quite know. However, we are showing a lot of strength here in Disney to the upside, and my potential target is here at 114.32 area. And if we get rejected here, we will likely trend back down. But you can see this is where we got rejected before, this previous resistance here. And I'm looking, if this can break, we can head towards this 118.69 level. And I'm really looking to make higher highs on this 1 year, 1 day chart here. Reversal setup here. You can see this 3 candlestick reversal setup on this 122 support level. We get a really, really strong candle here with volume, and we get a lot of volume here. Interlocked really on this. See this, all this volume right here on this candlestick means that buyers and sellers are gridlocked at this price point right here, which typically indicates a very, very strong support at this 100 level, as you can see all this volume here. And the sellers aren't really in control as we didn't gap below it, and the buyers are taking control, keeping this price point right here. We get this very strong bullish candle here on a confirmation of a breakout of this 3-day consolidation pattern. And now I'm looking for the upside again towards this 113 level and ultimately up to 119.02. This is one to keep your eye on. Disney finally is starting to see premiums that aren't as inflated as previous. Disney was one that had earnings report last week, which causes the premiums to be inflated, which can make these moves a little bit more difficult to make, simply because with inflated premiums, the underlying has to move a lot more before you can actually see your option price move. So this is going to be something to keep your eye on. Disney is one, like I just mentioned, though, that the premiums are starting to return back to normal. So this is going to be a potential play that I'm watching, looking for relative strength here on this breakthrough, this 108.28 support or resistance here, which becomes a new support. Again, this is one that I will be watching for the team come Monday and a potential play for you guys. And the last one on our list is going to be Boeing. Boeing is finally starting to see some strength to the upside here after a really big lower low. You can see these lower low patterns right here. And Boeing, after making that huge push up to 184 here, lower low, lower low, lower low. Really what I was watching was the strength that we saw at this 124 level. I was actually watching this one on Thursday too, as we did see some volume come in on this 124 level. You can see this big push up, making higher highs here. Really what I'm looking for is a breakthrough this 133.56 level come Monday. You can see how strong this level is, especially on the shorter time frame here. I'm really looking for Boeing here to make higher highs and push through this 135.50 level and ultimately up to this 150 level, where we can see we got a double rejection here. But you can see just how strong of a bottom Boeing has here. You can see we confirmed a bottom here at 124, confirmed it here, 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 and here, and 4 more days here. So this really goes to show you just the strength of this 124 bottom for Boeing, which is a level that I have been watching for the past month or so, simply watching Boeing on this price point, because it is going to be a very, very strong level for Boeing, and it is something that has held perfectly recently. So I'm looking for this upside again, break through this 133.44 level on Monday. Obviously, it's not going to gap right up into that 150 area that I mentioned, unless there is really big relative news out for Boeing. However, this pattern is looking very strong to the upside after confirming that 124 bottom again. Again, key here to make higher highs and break out of these lower lows back here from March 26th. That will be a key indicator to see if Boeing can fill this huge cup channel that we get after the coronavirus pandemic to get back to this 268 level and ultimately back up to this normal range. Before we do that, we have a lot of levels to break here, and the strongest being this 188.26 level. As always, if you guys could like and subscribe to our channel, it'd be greatly appreciated. If you guys have any stocks that you guys are looking at for this week and any plays that you guys are watching, if you'd like to leave them below, we are always interested in what you guys are playing and how you guys are doing. So as always, I hope you guys have an amazing weekend and look forward to trading with you guys tomorrow. Hope this watch list helps, and take some time this weekend to study and get ready for tomorrow. Have a great weekend. Thanks.